view of most people, means keeping a cool head, drinking a nice cup of tea, and losing your temper when you see a football match. But from what I've learned in my English class with Mr. Hingley, it's being nationalistic and proud in your nation.
Being a British means being strong, means being talented, because there are very many things, artists, singers and actors. It means keeping traditions, such as drinking tea at like 5 o'clock or having the Queen ruling the country, and it means being Mr. Hingley.
What does it mean for me to work in a British school as an American? Well, as a teacher, it's been a learning experience. I'm sure lots of you are reading every day, all day. Well, we hope. How many of you have noticed all those extra letters? With British English, there's so many extra letters and U's everywhere. And as an American, this took some time to be accustomed to.
When I think of British, I think of the British language, which I teach, British English. And there is a difference between other versions of English, American, which I also speak, in vocabulary, grammar, punctuation. So, contrary to what Mr. Julian likes to say, I do believe that there are different different English languages. Thank you.
Everybody associates Brits as having a cup of tea between 4 to 5 o'clock. Cup of tea with crumpets or digestive biscuits. Well, what can I say? Sometimes this does happen. It happens in my house. Although we're not English, but we're from an African culture, but we still do it because we're so used to it. We grew up with the Brits, my neighbours all. Of course, people associate us with playing cricket, full-time cricketers. Well, not really. The majority prefer football. I mean, with football, people associate the hooligans with British fans, or England fans are all hooligans. We're not all hooligans. No, wait. There's no fences between the fans and the football players. It's totally open, unlike other countries. So we're not hooligans. We're not all hooligans.
What it means to be a Brit, for me personally, is multiculturalism, diversity. I'm growing up in East London, where on my street I had so many different, I had friends from Jamaica, I had friends from India, friends from China. I actually know how to speak a bit of Urdu, a bit of sort of Jamaican accent, a bit of so growing up in East London with so many different races, I've learned the language. Secondly, about the food. Many different shops, we have different, with the Turk, the kebabs, we have Indian food, we have Chinese, we have lots of different, it's no longer the typical fish and chips. So that's, now we have different flavors, different sort of, and for me, as a young kid, I've always loved football. Football, all the way. For me, all the way, I love football. We sleep football, we eat football, we just love it. Although we're not that good at football, but we love football. So me personally, I think multiculturalism, growing up, different kind of foods, and football is the main thing. When I think of Britain, that's what I think of.
Hello. What does it mean to be British? Well, we are a mix of races. We are not only a mix of countries, but we've been colonised and taken over by a number of different people, including the Romans. So we have a very diverse culture. But if you ask someone, what does a typical British person look like? They'll be wearing a bowler hat, carrying an umbrella, dressed smart, drinking a cup of tea. If you ask about their speech, we've always believed that we have the one language for the whole world, and everyone should speak British. It is the international language of IT, the international language of business, and a very successful language to boot. Or however, it's made up of many other languages, words tied together.
Firstly, pride. Pride in everything we do and stand for, from the Royals to the big red double-decker buses. Then there's passion. Passion for all the good things that we enjoy back home, like a good cup of tea. And belief, finally belief. belief that we will once again be the champions of the world in all the sports that we taught everyone to play.
Being British to me means that you buy into a concept, an ideological concept, in the same way that Britain is a combination of different countries like England and Scotland and Wales and Ireland. Then being British means that you believe in certain things. It is an idea. To be British, you are tolerant, you are inclusive, you believe in things like parliamentary democracy, you believe in fair play and team spirit, you are an inclusive and tolerant nation, and for centuries you have brought people in to your community from around the world, from arbitrary regimes, totalitarian regimes, and they have come from diverse backgrounds and they become British. They don't have to necessarily be English or Irish, but they become British because they buy into this idea. Black people, white people, multi-faith communities, they are British. Look at the England cricket team and tell me what you see.